Good morning, children. Chapter name Places of Historical Significance, Regional Sites 1. History Maker Alexander Cunningham, an archaeologist, was the first Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India. He identified the major ancient cities such as Taxila, Vishali, Nalanda, and Kushambi. From the details available in the accounts of Roman authors such as Pliny and the travelogues of Chinese pilgrims such as Taxian, he was able to identify the location of these ancient cities. Children, in this chapter, we'll learn about the sites of historical significance. Sites of historical significance. So, what are historical sites? Historical sites are locations, buildings, areas that were built in the past. हिस्टोरिकल साइट्स को हम ऐतिहासिक स्थान के नाम से जानते हैं. ऐतिहासिक स्थान का अर्थ है किसी वस्तु, घटना या व्यक्ति के इतिहास से जुड़ा होना. साइट्स ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल सिग्निफिकेंस. ऐतिहासिक स्थान का महत्व, उसका इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है? सो लेट्स कम टू फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ चिल्ड्रन. Our country India has a history going back thousands of years. हमारे भारत देश का जो इतिहास है ये सालों पुराना है. From early human hunter-gatherers to the people who built the first cities and set up grand kingdoms and empires, to the people who experienced the ravages of colonialism, our ancestors have left behind evidence of their existence and their contribution to the evolution of our culture and identity. हमारे देश का इतिहास हजारों साल पुराना है. सबसे पहले लोग शिकार पर निर्भर थे. उसके बाद लोगों ने फर्स्ट सिटीज़ का निर्माण किया और बड़े बड़े राज्यों को स्थापित किया. उसके बाद एक ऐसा समय आया जब ब्रिटिशर्स हमारे भारत देश में आए और हमारे भारत देश को स्वतंत्र कराने के लिए हमारे पूर्वजों ने बहुत योगदान दिए. हमारे भारत देश की संस्कृति को बचाने में हमारे पूर्वजों का बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा. नाउ रेवेजेस ऑफ कॉलोनलिज्म. इसका अर्थ है कि जब ब्रिटिशर्स हमारी कंट्री में आए थे और जिस प्रकार से वो अपनी पॉलिसीज़ को इम्प्लीमेंट करते थे, अपने जो रूल्स हैं उनके थ्रू जो भारतीयों को वो लोग एक्सप्लॉइट किया करते थे, तो उन सब चीज़ों को हमारे पूर्वजों ने देखा है. एंसेस्टर्स होते हैं पूर्वज, और किस प्रकार से उन्होंने हमारे भारत देश की संस्कृति को बचाने के लिए, भारत को स्वतंत्र कराने के लिए अपना योगदान दिया है और जिसका प्रमाण हमें आज भी मिलता है. नेक्स्ट, मच ऑफ दिस एविडेंस कैन बी सीन इन द रिमेन्स ऑफ पास्ट dwellings, cities, monuments, habitation sites and so on that exist even today and form a part of our heritage. अब बच्चों, हमें मालूम है कि हमारे जो देश की हिस्ट्री है हज़ारों साल से भी ज़्यादा पुरानी है. तो पास्ट में जो लोग रहा करते थे उनके किंगडम्स के बारे में, उनके अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में हमें कैसे पता चलता है? हमें पता चलता है जब हम स्टडी करते हैं मटीरियल रिमेन्स ऑफ पीपल. For example, cities, monuments, habitation sites. In fact, it would be true to say that in India, the past and present coexist. All of us are acquainted with or have visited such historical heritage sites that remain a part of our identity. Thus, a site of historical significance is not only a part of our heritage, but is also an official location where pieces of political, military, religious, cultural, or social history have been preserved. Such a place may be a building, or landscape, or structure, or monument, or a site. It is recognized as having some historic value and will, in most cases, be protected by law. Now children, look at the picture below. Varanasi is one of the oldest living cities in the world. The English author Mark Twain wrote, "Banaras is older than history, older than tradition, older even than legend, and looks twice as old as all of them put together. This makes it a fine example of the coexistence of the past and the present in one place. Next, pre-modern sites. Now, what are pre-modern sites? Pre-modern sites refer to the locations that existed before modern era. Now, first paragraph. Each region in India has several sites which can be called pre-modern sites. Such cities have been part of the Indian landscape from very early times. In class 6, you have read about the great and bustling cities the Harappan lived in. Around the time of the Buddha, big cities made an appearance again and continued thereafter. Most pre-modern cities were based on agricultural surplus and emerged as political, military or administrative centers. Ancient name Patliputra, modern name Patna, and Urayur, ancient name, modern day name Tiruchirappalli. Next, centers of craft production, religious establishments, a combination of above factors, Patliputra and Mathura in North India, Thanjavur and Madurai in South India. Such cities were also centers of education and cultural activities. We get to know about these pre-modern cities from a variety of sources, both archaeological and literary. So children, प्री मॉडर्न साइट्स एशियंट साइट्स हैं जब लोग एग्रीकल्चर के ऊपर मेनली डिपेंडेंट थे। पटना पटना को पहले पाटलिपुत्रा के नाम से जाना जाता था। तिरुचिरापल्ली को पहले उरायूर के नाम से जाना जाता था। मथुरा और कवेरीपट्टनम एशियन टाइम्स में क्राफ्ट प्रोडक्शन के लिए और ट्रेड के लिए फेमस थे। नाउ चिल्ड्रन, प्री मॉडर्न साइट्स के बारे में जो हमें नॉलेज मिलता है वो हमें मिलता है सबसे पहले तो आर्कियोलॉजिकल सोर्सेज से और लिटरेरी सोर्सेज से। नाउ चिल्ड्रन, लुक एट द पिक्चर, आर्कियोलॉजिकल सोर्सेज एंड लिटरेरी सोर्सेज। आर्कियोलॉजिकल सोर्सेज includes the study of physical remains left behind by people living in the past, such as inscriptions, monuments, artifacts, coins and other objects. Now children, monuments होते हैं पुरानी इमारतें, old buildings of historical importance, जैसे कि ताजमहल, कुतुब मीनार, चार मीनार, एक्सेट्रा। इंस्क्रिप्शंस होते हैं जो वर्ड्स लिखे गए होते हैं, जो चित्र बनाए गए होते हैं रॉक्स पर, पत्थरों पर, खंभों पर, दीवारों पर। तो पास्ट में लोग कैसे टूल्स यूज़ किया करते थे, कौन से वेपन्स यूज़ किया करते थे, स्टैचूज, पेंटिंग्स, ज्वेलरीज, आर्टिफैक्ट्स, इन सब के द्वारा आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट पता लगाते हैं कि पहले के लोग किस प्रकार रहा करते थे और क्या वो लोग इस्तेमाल किया करते थे। आर्टिफैक्ट्स का मतलब होता है कलाकृतियाँ। नेक्स्ट, लिटरेरी सोर्सेज। Literary sources are written text in the form of manuscripts, books, poems, songs, letters. Manuscripts are handwritten records. They were written on material like palm leaves, birch barks. Literary sources includes stories, songs, folk tales, even myths that are transformed orally from one generation to the next. Literary sources includes religious writings such as Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Tripitaka. Literary sources also includes handwritten biographies and autobiographies. Case study Kalibangan. Western India has several sites of immense historical importance which form part of our heritage. One such site is that of Kalibangan, located in northern Rajasthan on the banks of the now dry Ghaggar Hakra river, part of which is also known as the ancient Saraswati River. Beginning as a relatively small early Harappan site around 3000 BCE, Kalibangan gradually transformed into a major Harappan city in the mature Harappan period, 2700 BCE. It was named Kalibangan after a large number of dark black bangles were found lying all over the surface of its mounds. कालीबंगन राजस्थान में घग्गर हकरा नदी के किनारे स्थित है। इस नदी को प्राचीन काल में सरस्वती नदी के नाम से जाना जाता था। कालीबंगन का मतलब है काली चूड़ियाँ, और कालीबंगन का जो नाम रखा गया था वह इसलिए रखा गया था क्योंकि खुदाई के समय बहुत सारी काली चूड़ियों को यहाँ पे पाया गया था। शुरुआत में कालीबंगा एक छोटा हड़प्पन स्थल था जो धीरे धीरे एक बड़े हड़प्पन शहर के रूप में विकसित हुआ। Kalibanga was first identified as a prehistoric site by an Italian Indologist named Luigi Pio Tessitore. However, excavations began in Kalibanga only after independence and continued for a long period of time. The ASI published a report on the excavations at Kalibanga in the year 2003. Next, features of Kalibanga site. The present-day site of Kalibanga comprises 3 excavated mounds. These excavations have revealed the following. First, agricultural fields. The city developed from a sound agriculture base. The remains of a field with furrow marks made by a plough were found to the south of the site, dated to the early Harappan phase. Next, fortifications. Massive mud brick fortifications that surround Kalibanga in its early Harappan phase are made of standardized bricks. By 2700 BCE, the site was divided into a citadel and lower town, which was a typical characteristic of mature Harappan cities. Next, mud and mud brick houses. Houses were built around courtyards. They had storage pits and hearths. In the mature Harappan phase, fire altars have been found in the residential houses. It appears as if people discharged their sewage into troughs or jars embedded in the ground outside their houses. Next, citadel. The citadel at Kalibanga had few houses and a series of mud brick platforms with a row of 7 clay plastered pits. These appear to be fire altars. A well and pavements for bathing were excavated as well. This citadel area seems to have been associated with community rituals and the people who performed them. Next, lower town. Remains of several streets have been found here, with some appearing to have a fixed grid-like pattern. Drains made up of bricks were found in the citadel but are absent in the lower town. Next, cemetery. Remains of a cemetery have been found to the west of citadel. Burials and grave goods in circular pits have been found. Next, artifacts. Pottery, beads of carnelian, statite, gold and silver, numerous copper objects, bangles made of shell, terracotta, statite, stone blades, bronze mirror, seals, an ivory comb, a copper buffalo or bull, and a terracotta piece showing a part of a figure with horns have been excavated. The script written on the seals has not yet been deciphered. Next page, Kalibanga, a visual gallery of its archaeological remains. Now look at the pictures, children. First picture, one of the 3 mounds at Kalibanga. So children, mounds क्या होते हैं? Mounds होती है small hill. Next, hollowed out remains of a well, mud bricks around the well. Next, a drain outlet. Next, pathway to the cemetery. Next, a visible main road in Kalibanga during excavation. Kalibanga was excavated, studied and then covered back with earth. to stop further decay. Next, remains of perforated pottery that was used to store grains or straight beverages. Next, animal bones, most probably belonging to a lizard like reptile. Shell from the now dried up river. Next, a piece of painted clay pottery. Next, remains of a clay bangle. This piece was painted black. Now, children, we are done with this chapter. Thank you.